So welcome. This is the course on Foundations of Modern Social Thought. It has a sociology number, a political science number, and a humanities number. And my name is Szelenyi. I'm a professor of sociology and professor of political science. And it is my honor that I can introduce you to some of the founding fathers. I'm afraid they are all fathers, right? No mothers among them. I will tell you why not. Of modern social thought. It's basically theories starting from the 16th century and ending up with the early 20th century. This course is very interdisciplinary. It's not accidental. It has a humanities number, a political science number, and a sociology number. In fact, as we start discussing the foundations of modern science in the 16th century, there is even no distinction, no sharp distinction between sciences and social sciences. Right? The first author on our list, Thomas Hobbes, did a lot of work on optics and has been in a violent controversy with Descartes. So those of you who are in natural sciences are probably familiar with Descartes and his pioneering work on optics. John Locke, for those of you who aspire to become a doctor, was actually studying medicine and performed a surgery on a very well-known English politician. Quite a successful surgery, though even today doctors quite don't know whether these politicians survived because of good luck or because of the surgery. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, in the early, 16th, 17th, 18th centuries, sciences and social sciences are not separated from each other yet. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, a real pain in the neck, but an extremely smart guy. He also wrote an important book which dealt with sciences and social studies. It's really by the kind of late 18th century that people beginning to identify as studying society or human behavior. But even then, until the very last author, what we have here, Emil Durkheim, people identify themselves with a number of approaches, disciplinary approaches. They were social scientists, all right, or philosophers, all right. The difference between philosophy and social science is a very vague one. So they beginning to distinguish themselves increasingly from sciences, but they are still multidisciplinary. Who is Karl Marx? He is a philosopher, he's an economist, he is a political scientist. Sociologists name him as one of the founding fathers of sociology. Max Weber, he identified himself as a legal theorist, right? He was studying economic history. I think primarily he identified himself early in life as an economist, as an economic historian. Later in life, he began to call himself a sociologist. So the point is, this is a very interdisciplinary course. So one advantage of you to take this course is that you will be getting knowledge which would benefit you if you are studying sciences, if you are if you want to become a psychologist, if you become an economist or a political scientist or an anthropologist or a philosopher. I mean, this list of names, right, will appear on your reading list. Okay, so that's, I think, I will go, I have many, many slides to show you, and I will try to bring them alive to you a little. So I don't want to waste too much of my time to rush through all this. But let me still speak to some of the details, but I'm sure many of you are particularly interested. First, about the readings. And my first advice is, don't let yourself to be scared by me, right? All the readings are on the internet. You don't have to buy any books. You don't have to go to the library. You just go to the internet and you unload the readings and you can print the readings out. That's when you get scared, because some of the readings are too long, and some of the readings you start reading and you feel you don't understand a word of it. Well, your experience is not very different from mine when I was reading this text for the first time. So my advice is, don't get scared, right? I don't expect you to do much more reading for this course in a week than, let's say, 5 or 6 hours. This will not be enough for you, right, in first reading to get the readings on your command. I mean, reading characters like Hobbes or reading even characters like Nietzsche is a hard stuff to do. My advice is that you kind of quick read, skim read for the lecture. Do some reading for the lecture so you can come in with a sense of the text. Then I will give you the most important citations and an interpretation. And then I give you a searchlight. You can go back to the text and you know what you are looking for, right? And get ready for the discussion section. At the discussion section, I will keep my mouth shut and I want you to talk. I will ask questions and we will have a lively discussion, right? So by that time, you will have to have more of a sense. But I will use a lot of PowerPoints, right? And the PowerPoints will be put on the internet and will help you to go through the text. So my first point is, don't get scared with the readings. Please don't drop this course because you said there are too many too difficult readings. This is not meant to be an easy course, but I will make it easy for you, okay? Easy and fun, you know? You can't believe how Thomas Hobbes can be fun. But give me just 1 week, right? And you will see how fun he is, all right? Now, the other concern, right? People who shop, assignments. Well, there are quite a few assignments to this course. But I am one of those people who are scared of exams. I was almost 70 when I got my driver's license because I did not want to fail, you know, my driver's test. So I understand anxieties about tests. So therefore, I have been working hard over my life to make assignments serious, make sure that you put serious work into the course, you master the material, and at the same time, the level of anxiety is reduced near zero. How do I do that? Easy. There will be 3 tests. All the 3 tests will be administered on the internet. You sit in your room, you sit in a library, you go to a coffee shop, you go to Starbucks, and you log in 8 p.m. at a given day, and then you will get questions from which you have to answer some of them, right? I also will give you a set of questions 1 week before the test. So you will not be surprised what kind of questions you will be asked. I will reduce that list, and even from this, let's say I will give you a list of about 8 to 10 questions, reduce it to 3, and then you will have to answer 2, okay? But there will be no anxiety. You will know exactly what's going on. You will have 1 hour to answer it. I don't mind, you know, if you prepare and you cut and paste and you put it on the internet, that's okay. It's an open book. You can use books. What I want you to do, not to use books, I want to use your brain, right, for a change. Okay, so that's the 3 tests. And then there will be 1 paper for the end of the course. And the paper is not a big deal. I just want to try to bring the course together, different elements of the course together. The 3 tests are about 3 blocks of the courses. The paper is supposed to link at least 2 blocks of these courses, right? And again, you will be able to talk to me and your teaching fellows about the paper topic. And let me then ask our teaching assistants, teaching fellows, to introduce themselves. Would you do so?
I'm Elizabeth Reese, and I'm a 3rd-year student in the sociology department.
I'm Joseph Platt, also 3rd year in sociology.
Well, we have a 3rd one who didn't show. And I will take also 2 discussion sections myself. I will take Monday and Wednesday a discussion section, 7 p.m. So sort of make sure that people don't overlap with other obligations. Even athletes can take it because practices are usually over and dinner is over, right? So after dinner, you can come to a nice after-dinner conversation with me. And I will be grading the assignments of students who take my discussion sections. You can also be sure that we will make all efforts that everybody will be able to get into a discussion section. So right now the crowd is bigger than the number of teaching fellows and myself. We have so far on the internet listed only 5 discussion sections. But if you want to take the course and you do not fit into any of the discussion sections, you will be talking to me and I will be figuring out that you will get your discussion section. Not a single person should drop out of this course because there is no discussion section that student will take. You have my word for it, okay? I think that's probably all housekeeping. Any question about this? If yes, please loud. Well, it looks like it's clear, right? Hope clear and attractive. As just one very last sentence, I don't want this to be a Mickey Mouse course. I want this to be serious, right? I want you to be challenged. I want you to think. I want you to read. And I want to remember what you learned in this course, right? But I want to decrease the level of anxiety and make the workload reasonable. And if you come to lectures, you come to discussion sections, right, it will be okay, right? You will not be overloaded by work and you will not be full with anxiety. Now, let me try to rush quickly through of all of these authors and give you at least a couple of words about everyone.